Spencer, an unfortunate 2-1 home defeat to St Albans this afternoon. How are you feeling after that one?
Certainly really angry with what you've just shown me in the last minute, which we'll come on to. First and foremost, I want to apologise to our fans for the first half. The first half was an absolute disgrace. And the difference between Tuesday to Saturday was just staggering. Same team, same setup. We were outworked, we were second to everything. We didn't do our jobs, and getting yellow cards all over the place. The referee was card happy for both teams, but you know, they didn't hurt us, but they were dominating the game, and I thought it was totally gutless. It culminated in Michael being sent off for 2 stupid, petulant yellows and a penalty, which I've now seen the tape, is blatantly outside the box, which sort of sums it up. Freddie's trying to nab at him. He's outside the box, blatantly outside the box. So that sort of sums up that first half. I thought we were appalling, and I let them know at half time. We're down to 10 men, we're 1-0 down, and yeah, it now looks in hindsight shouldn't be a goal, but that's where we are at the moment with officials. He didn't want to listen to, he didn't even want to go and speak to his liner straight in front of us when their lad throws the ball straight in his face. Refused to speak to his liner. What's the point of the liner being there? He saw it, it's a blatant red card. But St Albans, give them credit, they've had a tough time recently. I'm glad for Ian, in some warped way, that he's had some luck today, because we've ended up losing to a penalty that wasn't a penalty and an own goal, because I thought second half, with 10 men, we embarrassed ourselves with the first half performance, because I thought we pretty much dominated it until the 90th minute, when the last 5 minutes we literally ran out of legs. What a shift that 10 put on. And we equalised, and I thought we edged it with 10 men. I thought we were the better side. We were brave at half time, made substitutions. I thought the 2 young lads came on and did their jobs. And I thought we were very unfortunate, you know, a complete fluke to lose it, and Jack hasn't had another shot to save. But, you know, we've been throwing in set pieces, we've been sticking Kev Locko up front for the last 10 minutes. So I was very proud, and that's what I said to them at half time. I said, you need to show some pride to the fans. And we certainly did that, but I don't want to take it away that a number of lads, you know, particularly in the first half, really let us down. And we keep having to learn, and it's at what point we realise that if we're not going to learn, that there have to be a couple of changes, and we're working really hard. It's a slight unfortunate thing of still being in the FA Cup. I thought we'd brought in a couple this week, but because at the last minute the clubs turned around and said they didn't want them cup tied, so we couldn't afford to do it. And so, you know, we're in the FA Cup, so we've got to take the plus on that, but that sometimes affects bringing in loan players, because we are light, certainly up top. So, real game of 2 halves today, but now I've seen that penalty, which, I'm furious at Freddie for the way he was hacking at him, but the fact that it's blatantly outside the box just sums it up, really, and sums up our day that we lose to a penalty and an own goal. But pride in the second half, but I'm still waking up in the morning, as I say, and we've lost the game, and we need to stop these small margins going against us, and the players have got to look hard at themselves. 3 or 4 of them today. That was very, very poor, and you know, it doesn't get any easier. We've got to go against one of the absolute top sides on Tuesday night, so we've got to recover well and go again.
Positive to take today, 2 goals this week for Hisham. You think he's settling in well?
I think he's settling in well, and he's learning, and he's growing, and he's doing what we want him to do. And he's struggling with knocks. You know, we nearly took him off a number of times. What a great lad. But we've got to give him some help. Yeah, we seem to want to play, you know, we've played the step 3 sides, and let's not beat around. That's all we've beat this season, the promoted sides and Hayes. I'm going to sugarcoat it. You know, yeah, we're putting in one hell of a shift, generally, with the exception of the first 45 today, and we've lost each game really tightly, but we want to be winning. So there comes a point where there have to be 1 or 2 changes, and people that want to blame each other, and there's no hiding place at this level, because every game is taped. You see every other game. We have stats coming out, you know, pages and pages and pages of stats, so there is no hiding. And I think 2 or 3 are struggling. Good lads, got a great dressing room. We trained really well Thursday. You know, we've had didn't have a great day. I woke up, you know, Ricky was ill. He was really ill overnight. He's got 4 of his family ill, so we wish him a quick recovery. So he wasn't here today. We let Mecky go because, you know, He wanted money we just don't have, so that didn't happen. And as I said, we were hoping to bring 1 or 2 in. Addy's rightfully gone out on loan to Poole, so he will get some good minutes to be match ready for us. But I'm not really looking at the defence. I thought the midfield was the main problem in the first half, and we didn't look particularly bright up top. We seemed to be relying on Reggie to do everything, and surprise, surprise, they put 2-3 men on him. That's what happens. We need to step up in other areas, but we've got to go again. And it's certainly, with the greatest respect to St Albans, we've got to step up massively to compete with Chelmsford, and then we've got a very, very difficult away FA Cup game. Got to be some hard looking themselves, but the key now is recovery. Really hard game. All that time with 10 men, Chelmsford must be, as much as they've gone to Taunton today and had a tough game. We're in bits in there. So a huge amount of Tuesday will react on 1, my selections, and 2, who can recover well and who's honest enough to say that they are good to go on Tuesday, or that they are they're not quite right.
And I spoke to Ricky before the game today. He expects a very physical Chelmsford team to come here on Tuesday. Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, I think you'll find they'll be the biggest team in the league, and they're absolute giants. 6'4", 6'5" lads all over the park. So, is what it is. They've had a great start to the season, great side. But when this wears off, and as I said, with you showing me the penalty that wasn't before, we'll have to go again, and we'll get our mojo back and go again. But I actually think the second half just drives me mad, because you saw the heart and the discipline, 10 against 11, and we were the better side. Why not that in the first half? Why, the passing in the first half was appalling. It was like we forgot how to pass the ball from A to B. And this is, as I said, the same team that did really quite well, a vastly improved performance on Tuesday night. So, look, Chelmsford, very strong side. Every game is a jump up for us. We need to learn. We need to learn really, really quickly, including myself. We need to, if I'd changed the team, people would say, "What the hell are you doing?" But the same team's gone out, same shape. We pretty much nailed what St Albans told us, with the exception of them leaving out Jeffers. And I said, you've got to give them credit. They got that luck today. They got the penalty that wasn't. They've got an own goal, and they've got through it. So give them credit for getting through it. But we're not good enough at the moment. We're close, but we're 1 or 2 light. And it's now my job, and it's to get those lads in. And it's difficult with the FA Cup, but I suppose that's the one thing about it. If you do get knocked out in the FA Cup, you can get the lads in that are available to play, because senior clubs don't want their players cup tight. So that's the slight difficulty there. But look, we'll regroup. I'm really, really disappointed today. Disappointed in that first half. Really, really, I was embarrassed by it. So apologies to the fans for the first half. You saw how they applauded us off at the end of the game. So fantastic for the response in the second half, but it wasn't enough. So we go again Tuesday.
And another positive to take was getting Robbo through 180 minutes this week. Pleased to see him back on the pitch.
Class act on and off the pitch. Class act. Thrilled with him. Kev Locko has played more first couple of months this season. He played the whole of last year by some distance, and so it's not really the defence the problem. We're defending very well. That's. I mean, yeah. Look, Freddie, it's a poor penalty from him, but the reality to it is that generally we're defending well. It's the other end of the pitch, the midfield and the attack, that's not firing. We're having little moments. We're having little positive spells where we go, oh, that might be working, that might not be, and Hish is a positive, Reggie is a positive, but we need more. We need more. And how long do you give it? Great lads that have come with us from step 3, and let's face it, that's what we mainly are. Players that have come up from step 3, but we're falling short. So there comes a point, and it's coming very quickly. We can't have that level of performance in the first half today regularly. That's not good enough. So we'll have to reassess it, but we haven't got time to do that now. We need to get ready to try and get something against a very difficult side on Tuesday night.
Thanks, Spencer, and best of luck for Tuesday.
Thank you, Don.